When you have to outsmart someone who doesn't have your best interest at heart. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. Well, what kind of topic is that? Having to outsmart someone. I think most of us don't want to think like that. We want to be nice. We don't want to have to trick someone. So is outsmarting and tricking someone the same thing? I don't consider it the same thing. I think tricking someone is being used to their disadvantage and to your advantage. And yet, what happens when someone is purposefully doing things not in your best interest and for selfish purposes for themselves? Should we tell them what we know, or should we pretend like we don't see it? Well, I think it just all depends. Many issues need to be addressed. Many issues need to be discussed. And often they can be corrected and that person will stop doing what they're doing. But there are some situations where that person will not stop what they're doing. They may pretend to stop, and they may only change while circumstances are there that they have to change, but likely they're going to go back to the way they were, doing things the way they were, in their best interest to your disadvantage. And so in situations like that, sometimes we have to outsmart someone. We have to be smarter than they are, and not always let them know what we know, and not always let them see what we're doing. We're not doing it to their disadvantage. We're just trying to protect and take care of what is ours and what belongs to us in whatever kind of situation that is. You know, there are some people that just don't have our best interest at heart. And once they know that we're going to pull out of a relationship, they get upset, they get angry, and even retaliate. And so often we can avoid that by outsmarting them, by not letting them quite know that we know what they're doing. And that's not ideal. Ideal is letting them know that we know what they're doing and they correct it. And yet there are some people that will only correct it long enough for you to turn away and they'll start doing it again. And so sometimes we can't always let someone know or see what it is that we're doing. I believe in leaving a relationship better than when we entered it. And yet not all relationships should we leave. Some we should stay in forever. And yet there are some relationships that may needed to be left. And if we're going to leave it, we want to leave it on a good note if possible. And yet that's not always possible. Sometimes the other person doesn't let us leave on a good note. And in situations like that, sometimes we have to outsmart them. And sometimes we simply have to make decisions without letting them know ahead of time what those decisions are. We don't knowingly want to do anything to the disadvantage of someone else. And yet when they're doing things at our disadvantage, often we have to protect what's ours, not trying to take what's theirs. Okay? From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.